Language is one of the features we possess as human beings that distinguishes us from the rest of the animal kingdom. Language is also a perfect metaphor for many other aspects of human life. You see, language is the backbone of philosophy, science, and a vast majority of the arts, and in human experience represents a perfect free market for the exchange of ideas among human beings with a common interest or birthplace. Languages, like markets, spontaneously emerge from the need for people to exchange ideas with those around them. Through the free and unrestrained transfer of ideas from person to person, humans have been able to accomplish great technological feats. The ability to communicate in this unprecedented way allowed us to form more complex relationships and social structures as we became better at expressing our internal visions and experiences in finer detail. Although language is an essential part of any civilized society, languages usually involve a highly complicated and constantly changing set of rules without the need for a central authority. There are no votes taken, no needs for representatives or politicians and policemen to enforce the rules. Through a simple mechanism of social ostracism, when no one can understand you, the average person quickly adapts and learns the rules of the new language, while media figures and those that are more popular are able to influence the course of the language's evolution. Some philosophers advocate for a similar way of organizing society's legal and political landscape by removing all forms of central control which hinder the system's evolution to meet people's need, and simply allowing the market for the exchange of products to operate on self-generated rules similarly. Imagine if all languages were limited by one central agency and were not allowed to progress over time as people found new and more clever uses for the words. Society would be at a great disadvantage and progress would nearly cease to a halt. Similarly, by allowing central control agencies to manipulate the rules of exchange people operate by, we are slowing down progress and creating deformations in the market, which are officially known as bubbles, and they always lead to collapses. As important as language is to maintaining a civil society, it is a wonder that kids are not placed in institutions to learn how to speak their local language. Some claim that without a centrally planned and mandated education, children would not learn and develop the skills needed to operate within society. One must wonder then, why is it that nearly all children on the earth are able to learn two of the most fundamental skills required for a happy and productive life, all on their own without the need for a classroom or instructor? Imagine if this was the case though. Do you believe most children will be helped or hindered by a classroom and teacher when it came to learning to speak or walking? We would be picketing and running additional charities to help teach the children these basic skills, while nature would have taken care of the job all on its own simply by providing the children with an opportunity-filled atmosphere. You see, some may claim that walking and talking are not as complex skills as the things students learn in schools, but in reality, studies show over and over that most children learn best by doing, and although those skills may seem simple and basic, replicating those same skills has put our technological abilities to the test and pushed our understanding to the limit. These feats, which children are able to learn on their own, have proven quite difficult to replicate. Compare this to the skills that children are forced to sit in schools and learn for over a decade. Arithmetic functions which take up years of children's lives to learn through schools are replicable by cheap electronic devices. Widely available devices are also able to store, retrieve, and intuitively display all of human history, geography, law, and government facts. Yet children are forced to spend over a decade memorizing and subsequently forgetting these historical factoids. Language, which children teach themselves, is something that is still yet to be fully mastered by computers. Although they are able to work with certain aspects of language, machines are simply unable to decipher and compose language in the way that a child at the age of 4 is able to. This is a yet to be achieved milestone for artificial intelligence developers. So in conclusion, we artificially limit the evolution and growth of our society by implementing and enforcing arbitrary rules that conflict with the spontaneous emergence of rules and order that would naturally occur. In the same way, we also limit and hinder the progress and cognitive growth of children by implementing and enforcing arbitrary education mechanisms that conflict with the inquisitive and curious nature of children. To see evidence of this, simply contrast the fluid, fun, and constantly evolving nature of language as people find more creative ways to exchange ideas, to the medieval and progress hindering policies that stifle growth in children, as well as the exchanges of public goods and services across the planet. i.e. the market. Also notice how while no one makes or enforces rules for language, they exist, and while no one makes and enforces a curriculum for learning it, children still universally do. Imagine the world we would live in if the exchange of goods and services were regulated by spontaneously emerging rules of trade and civility, dictated by each and everyone participating in the market, as opposed to the whims and interests of a small group of individuals, as we presently have it. Instead of looking to this small group of individuals for moral guidance and social order, we should begin to look to ourselves and those around us for these solutions, and we should use language as a model to guide us along the way. Please leave your comments and questions below and subscribe to this channel for more thought-provoking information. Thank you.